It's hard to believe it, but summer's coming to an end, and that means football season is right around the corner. Preseason has already started, and I have just what you need. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious crab and shrimp spinach dip. Meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen.
My dog. Got a little shrimp on there, a little crab on there, a little cheese on there.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bunny.
That's crazy.
All right, folks, we got some beautiful fresh shrimp here. We're going to go ahead and peel and devein these. So if you know what you're doing, it should be 2 moves. Then you take a nice sharp knife down the back to devein the shrimp, like so. They also have like little needle pliers that you can use for this. If you are into gadgets and stuff in the kitchen, you can go ahead and get that from Amazon. But just peel that vein out of there. That's the digestive tract. You don't want to eat that. And then just set it to the side. Repeat that process for all of your shrimp. Some of these are still a little bit frozen, but it's okay. So peel, pinch at the tail, then peel the other piece off. Done deal. We're going to cut these shrimp in half because it's going in a dip and these are pretty big. Want it to be bite-sized pieces. So if you want to purchase smaller shrimp from the store, then you can, but I recommend getting what's on sale. And today that was these bigger ones. Next up, for the shrimp preparation, now that they're clean and peeled and deveined, we're gonna go ahead and chop them into thirds. So just squeeze the tail together like so. 1 slice gets you 3 pieces. Just repeat that for all of your shrimp. Again, if you have the smaller shrimp, you can skip this step and just leave them whole. But we want everything to kind of fit on 1 chip or baguette like we're using today. And big chunks of shrimp may or may not be capable of fitting on there like that. So we go ahead and cut these into bite-sized pieces. Get them seasoned and then get them cooked. Keeping the seasoning super simple, just a little all-purpose and some lemon bay. Feel free to use whatever your favorite seafood seasoning is. Tony's, any Cajun, Creole seasoning, lemon pepper even. Just gonna keep it nice and simple today. Not gonna overdo it. Plenty of flavors going into the dip, so no need to go too crazy on the shrimp. But there we go, nice even coat, light layer of seasoning, and they're ready to hit the butter bath. Next, we're gonna go ahead and prep our onion. For slicing the onion, I like to leave the root intact. Slice in one direction, just makes it a little bit easier to hold together. Then take your knife, go in the opposite direction 1 time, and you got yourself a nice diced onion. Today we're using 1 diced onion, some garlic paste. You can use fresh garlic if you want. Roasted garlic's great in this recipe as well. We're keeping it simple. You know the game's about to come on. You can't be in the kitchen all day. So that garlic paste comes in handy. It's super convenient. Still has great flavor. Fresh diced onions, some fresh spinach. Plenty of seafood, crab and shrimp. Whatever's in the budget, guys. You can throw crawfish in this if you want to. You don't have to use lump. You can use claw crab meat. That's a little bit cheaper usually. And it's going in a dip. It's not a crab cake, so it's not the end of the world. Still be nice and delicious for your guests. Or just use shrimp only. Totally customizable, up to you. Now, my friends, it's time to get to cooking. We're going in with a little olive oil or avocado oil, whatever you got. Followed by 2 tablespoons of butter, because butter makes everything better. And it pairs beautifully with the shrimp we're about to cook. Keeping it simple today, guys. Nice, quick, easy, and delicious seafood spinach dip for game day, baby shower, wedding rehearsal. Or if you had a long day on a Wednesday and you're hungry, can't go wrong with this one. This will make you feel better. Comfort food. Once the butter's most of the way melted, in goes our shrimp. Already been seasoned to perfection. Get it in there, give it some elbow room to get some nice color. Start to absorb that butter. And then the residual flavor left behind from that shrimp, once we remove it, is going to be the foundation of flavor for our dip. Really getting the seafood flavor in here. Shrimp cooks really quick, so just keep your eye on it. We're working over medium heat. Got good coverage of the butter. You really want to cook these about 70% of the way. You don't have to cook them fully because remember they're going back in to cook in the oven as well with the rest of the dip ingredients. So no need to overcook them. But just get the process started here. Give them a little head start. And again, you want to really develop that flavor at the bottom of the skillet. Next up, my friends, it's time to get to cooking. We're going to add our diced onion from earlier. Working over medium-low heat for now. We don't want to rush the process. AKA, I forgot to turn it on before the camera came on. We're going to get that onion in there and start to scrape up those little flavor bits from the shrimp. We're going to add a little bit more butter because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. About a half a stick in total in this recipe. So by a dip standards, that's not too bad. We're going to let that butter melt as the onions sweat down. Once the onions sweat down a little bit, we're going to add our spinach, garlic, make a little bit of a roux to help thicken this dip up a little bit. Then we're going to deglaze, add in the rest of our ingredients. Once the onions have a head start, in goes the spinach. As you guys know, shrinkage is real when it comes to the spinach. So it's going to look like a lot, but it'll cook down quite a bit. Next up, we're going in with the garlic paste we talked about earlier. Good hefty tablespoon of that. A little red pepper flakes for a pop of heat. Optional. A little background notes of flavor. Then we're going to season this up with my AP seasoning. A little lemon bay, some Cajun seasoning, lemon zest, and a little MSG. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of flour to this recipe for the roux because when you cook the spinach like this, it expels a lot of water. So to make sure that we don't end up with a watery dip, we're going to make a roux with some of that moisture that is coming out of the spinach there. Lemon zest, a little pop of freshness. Plays really nicely with seafood, as most of you guys probably know. MSG. Give that a good mix. And then we're going to hit this with like 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Give that a mix as well. Cook off the raw flour taste. It's going to form like a paste. And then we'll deglaze with that white wine. Or chicken broth for those of you that don't want to cook with alcohol. Or seafood stock if you're pescatarian. Alright, so we went ahead and deglazed with the white wine. Once that cooks off, we're going in with about 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Give that a good mix. Bring that up to a simmer. Once it reaches a simmer, that's when we're going in with 16 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. We'll fold in all the seafood, add our shredded cheese, get this in a casserole dish, and pop that in the oven at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. All right, so once the cream cheese is well incorporated, we're going to start adding in our mozzarella. We're going to top this with Colby Jack because I think it melts the best, and it looks really good presentation-wise for topping things like dips and mac and cheese and things of that nature. Also has a good mild flavor profile. So we're going to go ahead and fold in all of this mozzarella, get this in a casserole dish, and pop that in the oven. Taste as you go, adjust the flavor to your preference. At this point, the shrimp is fully cooked since it's been back in here cooking. The crab meat's already cooked, so it's very safe to go ahead and give this a taste. Make sure the flavor is spot on before you get it in the oven to finish. All right, guys, we're fresh out of the oven. The baguettes are perfect. This looks really good. The cheese is perfectly brown. We let this cool for about 15 to 20 minutes. You really want to allow that to kind of come back together. It's going to help with the consistency, and hopefully it helps with the cheese pull. We're about to find out right now. And this is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test, but before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. Now for my favorite part of the job, the moment of truth. Damn. My Probably my best one yet.
But,
That's good. You done it again.
yeah. Treat yourself to another one. That's a perfect scoop right now.
I see the perfect scoop.
It's perfect.
I love that spinach though.
It's balanced.
Man.
I'm gonna double dip.
Ooh! This might be the perfect scoop right here.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of everything.
This is a perfect game day dish right here.
It's a everyday dish.